What's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist and today doing a Thunder Dragon deck profile. So I'm really excited to do some for you guys because this deck is an extremely powerful deck that can summon out all sorts of awesome boss monsters like Thunder Dragon Colossus. So without further ado, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell there so you can come for our notification squad, and definitely check out the Patreon down in the description below for all those awesome rewards. So without further ado, let's go and get straight on into this. So first off, we're playing 3 copies of the original Thunder Dragon. This card is an extremely nostalgic card that's definitely a 3-of in the build, as this card has the effect that you can actually discard this card to add 2 more copies of this card from your deck to your hand, which is such a powerful effect to help you search out other Thunder Dragons while also being able to use a Thunder Monsters effect in your hand so you can summon out Colossus even easier. We then play 3 copies of Thunder Dragon Dark. Thunder Dragon Dark is really good as a 3-of in the build with the ability that quick effect you can discard this card to add a Thunder Dragon Dark from your deck to your hand. And if this card is banished or sent from the field to the graveyard, you can actually add a Thunder Dragon card from your deck to your hand, except another copy of Dark, but you can only use 1 effect of this card per turn and only once that turn. We then play 2 copies of Thunder Dragon Roar. Thunder Dragon Roar is definitely a 2-of in the build and helps out so much in this deck because you can actually discard this card and then add to your hand 1 of your Thunder Dragon cards that's banished or in your graveyard, except another copy of this card. And if this card is banished or it's sent from the field to the graveyard, you can actually special summon a Thunder Dragon monster from your deck into defense position, but you return it back to the hand during the end phase, which is a really powerful deck just to help you get additional monsters out on your side of the field. We play a single copy of Thunder Dragon Hawk. Thunder Dragon Hawk is a really powerful card in this deck, but you only really need a single copy in this build. This card is either that you can discard this card and then special summon 1 of your Thunder Dragon monsters that's banished or in your graveyard, except another copy of this card. And if this card is banished or sent from the field to the graveyard, you can shuffle any number of cards from your hand into the deck and then draw the same number of cards, helping you fix your hand to get more combo pieces in your hand. We then play 3 copies of Batteryman Solar. Batteryman Solar is a really good normal summon in this deck and just an awesome card overall, as if this card is normal or special summon, you can actually send a Thunder monster from your deck to the graveyard, which is a pretty cool effect to help you get the exact card you need in the grave. We then play 3 copies of Imseti. The Horus package is really good in this deck as a basically engine to use them in this particular build to step into rank 8 plays, but Imseti is awesome to help you basically get to your copy of King Sarcophagus, because you can actually send this card and another card from your hand to the graveyard to be able to add King Sarcophagus directly from your deck to your hand and then draw a card. We'll make a single copy of Happy. Happy is really good in the deck as a 1-of because you just need an additional Horus name in this build so we can make rank 8 plays and step into the Zombie Vampire so we can basically mill 4 cards off the top of our deck, setting up our graveyard. We then play 3 copies of the Bystial Lubellion. Bystial Lubellion is amazing in this deck, and the Bystial engine is so powerful in this build, as we want to banish our Thunder Dragon monsters out of our graveyard. But this card is amazing in this deck, so this card has the ability that if this card is in your hand or your graveyard, you can actually tribute a level 6 or higher Dark Dragon monster to be able to special summon this card. Also, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard to add a Bystial monster from your deck to your hand. Also, during the main phase, you can actually place a branded continuous spell or trap directly from your deck face up on the field, which is a great effect to be able to place your copy of Branded Beast on your side of the field, because you're usually going to send off your copy of Saunier, your copy of Brand or Regain to the graveyard, so Beast can also place it on the field. And last, a copy of Bystial Magnamut. Magnamut is great as a 1-of in the build, and all of your Bystial monsters that are level 6 actually share an awesome common effect. But you can turn a lighter dark monster in either player's graveyard and banish him. If you do, special summon this card in your hand, and it's a quick effect if your opponent controls a monster. But this card is an awesome unique effect that if this card is special summoned, you can activate this effect that during the end phase of this turn you get to add a dragon monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. And lay a single copy of Druis Worm. Druis Worm is great to help us basically just spot remove cards off the field. And lay a single copy of Saunier. Saunier is really good to be able to play as a name in the deck, but also great to be able to use for its effect. the ability that if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can actually send a bestial monster or a branded spell or trap from your deck to the graveyard, except a copy of this card, which is a great ability to be able to use to help you get your copy of Regained into the graveyard, so you can basically use your copy of Beast to get it back. We then play a single copy of Baldrake. Baldrake is really good as a 1-of in the build, and I really like playing all 4 of the Bestials in this deck to be able to use because they are once per turns, but they're really good in the build to be able to combo with our Thunder Dragons. We then play 2 copies of Black Dragon Collapse Serpent. Black Dragon Collapse Serpent recently went to 2 on the most recent ban list, and it's just really good in this build, as it has the ability you can actually banish a light monster in the graveyard to special summon this card to your side of the field, and if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can actually add a White Dragon Wyvern Buster from your deck to your hand, which you're also playing at 2 in this build. This card is great to be able to play in the deck, as you just want to be able to banish your Thunder Dragons out of the graveyard to get their effects to go off. We play a single copy of Starliege. Starliege is just a really good combo piece to work with our different dragon monsters in the deck, and just a really good card overall in this build. We play a single copy of Darkest Diablosis, Lord of the Lair. This card is amazing to be able to work with our copy of Lubellion, because this card has the ability that if a dark monster you control is tributed, you can actually special summon this card from your hand to the graveyard, wherever it is when it actually is tributed, which is such a cool ability to be able to use just to instantly bring this card out. If you have this card in the hand or the graveyard, and you actually have one of your Bestials on the field and Lubellion's in the graveyard, and you tribute that Bestial monster, it'll actually help you bring out your copy of Darkest Diablosis, which is really cool to instantly bring it out to your side of the field, so you can go for a rank 8 play. And let's see a copy of Chaos Dragon 11-Air. This card is amazing in the deck. You have to banish a total of 3 light or dark monsters from the graveyard to be able to special summon this card. If you banish only light monsters, you can actually special summon a monster in the grave in defense. If you banish only dark, you shuffle a random card from your opponent's hand to the deck. If you banish both light and dark, you destroy up to 2 cards on the field, which is an insane effect. We then play a single copy of Arch Nemesis Escantos. Escantos is just a really good floodgate in the deck, and super easy to bring out to your side of the field. Plus, we do play Melody of Awakening Dragons, and this card is actually a dragon that we can search off of it, which is really, really good. We then play a single copy of Chaos Emperor, the Dragon of Armageddon. This card is just a really good combo piece in the deck, and just an awesome boss monster we can easily summon in this build. But the cool thing about all 4 of these different dragons, for your copy of Darkest Diablosis all the way down to your copy of your Chaos Emperor, you can actually search all 4 of these monsters off the copy of the Melody of Awakening Dragons, which is really cool because they all have 3,000 or more attack, which is so cool to be able to search them out from your deck to your hand. So, that's it for the monsters, guys. Let's get into the spells. So for the spells, we're going to start with a single copy of Foolish Burial. Foolish Burial is great as a 1-of in the build, just so we get the exact monster we need in the graveyard. And like a single copy of Gold Sarcophagus. Gold Sarcophagus is really good in the deck as a 1-of because we want to be able to banish our Thunder Dragon monsters, and this card does exactly that. We then play a single copy of Thunder Dragon Fusion. Thunder Dragon Fusion is amazing to help us summon our copy of Titan, and this card is the ability you can actually fusion summon a Thunder Fusion monster from your X deck by shuffling the fusion materials listed on it into the deck from among cards on the field and or graveyard, and or face-up banished cards, making it super easy to summon out your copy of Titan to your side of the field. Also, during your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard and add a Thunder monster from your deck to your hand, which is a pretty cool effect. Let's see a copy of Chaos Space. Chaos Space can search out so many different cards in this deck, so this card is definitely a 1-of in the build. Let's see a copy of Branded Regained. Branded Regained is just amazing in the build to be able to work with your Bestial cards, helping you recycle your light and dark monsters that do get banished, while also being able to use this card to basically draw cards and summon your Bestials out. Is just absolutely amazing. We then play 2 copies of King Sarcophagus. King Sarcophagus is really good and searchable off your copy of Imseti. And this card is an insane ability. You can actually send a card from your hand to the graveyard to send a Horus monster from your deck to the graveyard, which is great to help us get our copy of Imseti and Happy in the graveyard, so we can instantly bring them back to our side of the field and go for the Zombie Vampire or one of our other rank 8s. We then play 3 copies of Allure of Darkness. Allure of Darkness is amazing in this build, just to help us dig into the deck for the exact cards that we need. Plus, it's really good in this particular build because we can actually banish cards that we want banished. We then play 3 copies of the Melody of Awakening Dragons. Melody has some really interesting targets in this deck, and it's really good to be able to use in this particular build because you can actually discard a card to add up to 2 dragon monsters with 3,000 more attack and 2,500 or less defense from your deck to your hand, which is amazing that we have so many different targets in this build to be able to search off Melody. Plus this card discards a card, which actually works in our favor to help us start getting light and dark monsters into the graveyard so we can banish them for different effects. So that's it for the spells, guys. Let's get into the traps. So for the traps, we're just going to be playing one, and that's going to be a single copy of Branded Beast. Branded Beast is really good as a one-of in the build because this card has an insane ability that once per turn during the main phase, if you control a bestial monster, you can actually tribute a dragon monster and then target a card your opponent controls and destroy it, which is a pretty cool ability just to be able to pop cards on the field. Also, during the end phase, you can actually target a branded continuous spell or trap in the graveyard and place it face on the field, helping you instantly get your copy of Brand Regained back to your side of the field after you send it to the graveyard off the effect of Sawnir. You can also easily place this card on your side of the field with your copy of Lubellion, which is absolutely amazing. So, that's it for the main deck, guys. Let's get into the extra deck. So for the extra deck, we're going to start off with 2 copies of Thunder Dragon Colossus. Thunder Dragon Colossus is amazing in this build and so easy to be able to summon out to your side of the field, as this card has the ability requires a Thunder Dragon, one of the original Thunder Dragons, plus a Thunder monster to make this card, which can actually make it for 1 material, with the ability that it must either be Fusion Summon or Special Summon during the turn a Thunder monster's effect was activated in your hand, by tributing a Thunder effect monster that's a non-fusion monster, in which case you do not have to use Polymerization, and cards cannot be added from the main deck to your opponent's hand except by drawing them. And if this card would be destroyed by a battle by card effect, you can actually banish a Thunder monster in the grave instead, helping you make your Thunder Dragons go off. This card is really good in the deck as a 2-of. You don't really need 3 copies because once you summon 1 to your side of the field, you're probably gonna win. We then play 2 copies of Thunder Dragon Titan. Thunder Dragon Titan is just an insane boss monster, helping you just deal with cards on the field, and very easy to summon. This card has the ability that when a Thunder monster effect is activated in the hand, even during the damage step, quick effect, you can destroy a card on the field, which is a pretty cool ability to be able to use. And a single copy of Chaos Angel. Chaos Angel is ridiculously easy to summon in this deck. You don't even have to use a tuner to make this card. You can actually use light and dark monsters as tuners to be able to make this card. And it does spot remove cards off the field, which is awesome. And depending on what you use between light and dark depends on the effects that you get for this card. And then a single copy of the Zombie Vampire. Zombie Vampire is amazing just to help us mill cards out of our deck. And it's very easy to make in this build. Being able to mill 4 cards off the top of both players' decks is actually insane. And then being able to Monster Reborn one of those 8 cards back to your side of the field is just crazy. We then a single copy of number 38. Number 38 is really good in the deck as a 1-of just to negate spells. And a single copy of Dingirsu. Dingirsu is really good in the deck as a 1-of just to help you send cards from the field to the graveyard when it is summoned. And a single copy of Skulldread. Skulldread is really good in the deck as a 1-of as well, as this card helps you out a lot, because if you use 3 materials to make this card, then once per turn you can special summon a monster in the hand. If you use 4 materials, which we usually do, when this card is link summon, you get to draw 4 cards and place 3 cards from your hand on the bottom of the deck in any order, helping you fix your hand. But this card is actually insane, just to help us dig in the deck for the exact cards we need. We made a single copy of Dark. Dark is just really good as a 1-of in the build. So help us bring back our opponent's monsters from the graveyard to our side of the field that are dark. We play a single copy of SP to be able to use this card as a double interruption. 1 copy of IP. IP is really good in the deck as a 1-of to help you step into your copy of SP during the opponent's turn. Play a single copy of Cross Sheep. Cross Sheep is really good because we can basically summon our copy of Colossus for 1 material and use the effect of Cross Sheep to be able to bring back a level 4 or lower monster in the graveyard, which is a pretty cool ability. Then play a single copy of Hieratic Seal. Hieratic Seal is really insane in this build and super easy to end on, but you're usually ending on a copy of Hieratic Seal. But this card, it just helps you shuffle cards off the field back in the the deck, which is insane because once per opponent's turn, if this card's in the extra monster zone, quick effect, you can tribute this card from your, or you can actually tribute one monster from your hand or field to return a face-up card on the field back to the hand. And if it's tributed, you can special summon a dragon monster from the hand to the deck, which is always from the deck, make its attack and defense points 0, which you're usually going to assign your copies of one of your bestial monsters to your side of the field, which is just really, really good. And then a single copy of Striker Dragon. Striker Dragon is just really good to round out the X check, because this card is amazing to be able to use with your copy of Black and White Dragon, so you can basically step into your copy of Erratic Seal extremely easily. So, that's it for the deck, guys. I hope you enjoyed. This deck is amazing to be able to play. If you guys have never played a Thunder Dragon deck before, you should definitely give this deck a try because it's so fun to be able to play, and it's insane the boards you can actually make with this build. So, that's gonna do this one, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell there so you can come per notification squad, and we'll see you guys in the next video. See you later, guys.